Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope you're doing good today. It's Wednesday, November 19th. Currently it is 55 degrees. High today is going to be 63. What are you doing, kitty? Chance of rain 7% and winds at 6 miles per hour. Got Kitty here. She hadn't been feeling good. You gonna leave? She's meowed. She's hadn't been eating much really. You know, I don't know. It seemed like when I brought the plants in, of course, naturally she was curious about them. She was sitting over there. But the spider plants, that's what the most of them are. I've heard they don't hurt, won't hurt them or anything. But she ate, I noticed she was eating on one of those spider plants, and then it made her throw up, which is, not unusual for them to throw up, I guess, for any cat, really. But she hasn't been wanting to eat. And that was like yesterday. She started yesterday where she didn't want to eat much. And then today, I got her some little treats, or something, because I'd rather her eat some treats or something than to eat nothing. And she just ate a few of them. Not very many, maybe 4 or 5 of them. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because she ate some of that plant or if she has like a big hairball or something that's making her, she doesn't act sick, like her nose doesn't feel really warm or anything. So I'm just keeping an eye on her, and if she doesn't start to eat better, I guess we'll have to take her to the vet, because I'm not going to mess around and wait forever, something happened to her or something like that. So I was real happy a minute ago she started eating this stuff, and then she just jumped down. So I don't know if she still doesn't feel that great, but like I said, she doesn't really act like she feels bad. But you never know about, pet. They can't tell you how they feel. So I'm a little worried about her. Okay, yeah, it's 55, high 63, 7% chance of rain, winds at 6 miles per hour. Today I will have a taste test with Mike. I tried the new Kit Kat Snickerdoodle. Yes, I'd seen several people try it, and so I wanted to taste it and see what it was like for myself. So check that out later on. What's for dinner? Something with ground beef. I've got some ground beef, and I need to use it. So see, Joy had a recipe that she wanted to make, but I don't know if we had everything with it for it or not. I'd have to ask her and find out. If not, I'll make something with it, if it's even hamburger patties or something. I love them with some sauce, steak sauce on them. Did she take off? Yeah, she's just not quite herself. That's what worries me. Okay, here's the jokes, everybody. These are dinosaur jokes. What's a dinosaur's... Oh, that was the one I read yesterday. Okay. What is it called when a T-Rex has a car accident? A Tyrannosaurus Rex. What do you get when you cross a dinosaur with explosives? Dynamite. What do you get when you cross a triceratops with a kangaroo? Triceratops. And what did the Apatosaurus... What did the Apatosaurus have a long neck? I think they meant to say why. Why did they have a long neck? Because its feet stank. Okay. And then I'll read, there's 2 on this next page, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. And this is Doctor. Doctor, I've spent so long at my computer that I now see double. Well, walk around with one eye shut. Doctor, doctor, can I have a bottle of aspirin and a pot of glue? Why? Because I've got a splitting headache. Okay. That's the jokes for today. Now we got trivia time. And it says, it doesn't say what, it says history for the category. Okay. Cleopatra ruled which country? Spain, Macedonia, Egypt, South Africa. I think everybody's heard of Cleopatra before. That'd be definitely be Egypt. Yes. Cleopatra the seventh was queen of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC and its last active ruler. What was the main role of a minstrel in the Middle Ages? Butcher, blacksmith, shepherd, entertainer. Of course, you had the, what was it, the Joker? Or whatever the... Okay, so this one, a minstrel was an entertainer. That's right. If you were a lord in medieval times, back before radio or TV, you may have employed a minstrel for entertainment. Didn't have a remote, though, you know. Which of these ships was used in Columbus's discovery of America? Flor de la Mar, Santa Maria, Golden Hind, Mayflower. Okay, I've read quite a bit about Columbus, history books and stuff, and it's Santa Maria. Was it Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria? Is that it? August 3, 1492, Italian explorer Christopher Columbus started his voyage across the Atlantic Ocean with a crew of 90 men and 3 ships, the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. So I was right about that. Napoleon Bonaparte was an important political leader from which country? Spain, Germany, France, United States. Okay, give you a second. Napoleon Bonaparte was an important political leader from which country? That'd be France. Yep, that's right. And who opposed the United States during D-Day? Italy, Japan, Germany, Spain. Remember that? I mean, remember, might be before a lot of us were born and stuff. But it was Germany. Yes. Code-named Operation Neptune and often referred to as D-Day, it was and still is the largest seaborne invasion in history. I've seen movies about it and stuff. What historical event happened on July 20, 1969? The Watergate scandal occurred. The Berlin Wall fell. U.S. women gained voting rights, or humans set foot on the moon. I think I know this. I think I do. That would be humans set foot on the moon. Right. That's right. What term is often used to refer to the early Middle Ages in Europe? Early Middle Ages. Dark Ages, Renaissance, Classic Era, Age of Enlightenment. The early Middle Ages. I'm not for sure about this one. I'm going to go with Dark Ages. That's right. It's the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages were between the 5th and 14th century, lasting 900 years. The timeline falls between the fall of the Roman Empire and the Renaissance. 3 more. What kind of engine sparked the Industrial Revolution? Steam, diesel, hydrogen, solar. Really? Hydrogen engines back then? Okay. It's definitely steam. Steam engine. Okay. Next question. Which event marked the end of the Cold War for the American public? Death of Brezhnev, Afghanistan War, Berlin Wall's fall, Chernobyl disaster. Okay. Out of these, I think it would probably be Berlin's Wall fall. Right. And lastly, what happened at Fort Sumter in 1861? End of the Revolutionary War, beginning of the Civil War, the Treaty of Paris signed, Confederate surrender. I know a lot about the Civil War. I think I'm right on this. But that was the beginning of the Civil War. That's right. It says, by the time Lincoln took office on March 4, 1861, rumors were circulating of a threatened Confederate attack at Fort Sumter. Okay, everybody, I got all 10 right today. I enjoyed it. I love history. I hope you did good and enjoyed it too. And if you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Definitely check out Taste Test with Mike later today of a Snickerdoodle Twix. Bye, everyone, and God bless.